Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Now we're going to be looking at Algebra 1, Goal 1 again, and we're going to be looking at specifically solving equations that deal only with addition. We're taking small steps, working ourselves up, building some confidence. We're going to start with the most basic of basic numbers, which is just whole numbers, and what you're going to get used to is traditionally you are used to having the order of operations, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, and subtraction, and you're used to going down to evaluate. What's going to happen is you're actually going up to solve. So instead of starting with parentheses, we're actually starting with addition and subtraction, and we want to get used to undoing that first. Then the next video we'll be talking about multiplication and division, and so on and so forth up the line. So this is a 2, it's a positive 2, which means we're going to do the opposite of what you see. Opposite of what you see. So the opposite of positive 2 is negative 2. And what we're going to do, I'll actually do this right now, especially for beginners, you kind of want to make a line on your equal sign so that you know what you do to one side of the equal sign, you do to the other. Because the thing about an equation is that it's like a fulcrum. It's balanced. So you have the 2 plus u on one side, and you have the 5. Well, gee, if I just take away the 2, then it's going to be this grossly overbalanced thing, and you don't want to do that. If I'm taking away 2 over here, I have to take away 2 over here. So minus 2, u equals 3, and there's going to be our answer. And that's basically what you're doing for very basic one-step equations. So over here we have a plus 9, so we're going to subtract 9 on one side, subtract 9 on the other. U equals 2. Plus 3, and I say that because this is subtraction. What's the opposite of subtraction? Addition. What I do to one side, I do to the other. So W equals 13. All right. Next one, we have addition again. The opposite of addition is subtraction. So minus 6, V equals 4. All right, that's with whole numbers. What happens if we have fractions and mixed numbers? And I already hear the complaints to go, no, miss, no, don't do this. But again, common denominators are your friend, and very bare bones basic stuff to make it as simple as possible. So for example, I'm looking over here. That's a whole number and that's a fraction. I don't like that at all. So I'm just going to take that 8 and I'm going to change it into 7 3/3, just visually to make it a little bit nicer for me to look at. Then, my little bars here, I'm going to subtract 2/3, and what I do to one side, I do to the other. So y equals, what is 3/3 minus 2/3? 1/3. Oh, okay, that wasn't so bad. Over here, I can see at a glance that they're both fractions. I like that, but they don't have the same denominator. So I'm going to go through the effort of re-changing the denominator. If I'm looking at 5 and 4, my common denominator is going to be 20. So I'm going to rewrite this as over 20. So that's times 5 times 5. So this will be 15 equals 6, and what's this going to be? This is times 4 times 4. So it will be 12 over 20. That's a little bit better, but I also noticed, actually no, I should be okay. Plus 15 over 20, plus 15 over 20. What do we have? X equals 6 and 27 over 20. That's, yeah, I don't like that. But here's a little trick that I learned when I was growing up. I'm going to increase the 6 to a 7. What's 27 minus 20? 7. And that's going to be my numerator. I taught this to a couple of kids, and they always are a little bit surprised when they see that, so I figured I'd throw it out there and see if you like it. Here, again, we don't have the like terms, so we're going to switch them out, cross them out a little bit. So this will be, our common denominator is going to be 30, so times 5 over here, and then it'll be times 6 and times 6 over here. So it'll be minus 5, 6 equals 8 and 18 over 30. What did I just do? That's supposed to be a 30. So plus 5 over 30 plus 5 over 30. U equals 8. What is 18 plus 5? 23 over 30. So the only thing we're doing the stuff that we were doing up here. There's nothing really all that new here. We're just getting you used to using it in different flavors. So we started off with some pretty basic numbers. Now we're going to do some fractions. Next we're going to do some decimals. So let's see here. Again, I don't like that this is a whole number, so I'm going to block this out a little bit, and I'm going to rewrite it as 3 5/5, just to make it a little bit easier when you go through. So minus 3/5 minus 3/5, V equals 3 2/5, and there's my answer. Next up, decimals. If we remember anything from pre-algebra and our decimals, the most important thing you need to know is that your decimals need to line up. For the love of God, always make the decimals match. So, minus 5.69 minus 5.69. And now we're back on familiar ground. We know how to do this because we did this last year in pre-algebra. So 6, that's going to be 7, that becomes a 4, which is going to be an 8, that becomes a 6. So 1.87 is our answer. This one, it's addition. The opposite of addition is subtraction. So minus 3.14, minus 3.14. I have a special soft spot for that particular decimal because I love pi. So that's going to be 5, 5, and then 9 minus 3 is 6.55. Okay, let's see here. Minus 1.5, minus 1.5. Now there's nothing there, so I'm just going to put in the 0 as a placeholder in case I'm one of those paranoid people that needs to use that. By all means, no judgment, you do you. So 7 from 0 is going to be 7, 4 from 9 is going to be 9, and then we're borrowing, so that becomes 8 minus 1, which is 7. And then this one, this is subtraction, so we undo subtraction with addition, plus 1.1, u equals 5.61. And again, there's nothing harmful here. It's very repetitive, very rhythmic in a certain sense. And it gets, for me, as the math teacher, it gets very soothing after a while. All right, now we're going to switch it up a little bit. Let's have some integers here, and we want to make sure that we're comfortable with handling integers. Integers, by the way, is just a fancy math term for dealing with positive and negative numbers. So this is a minus 7. What's the opposite of subtraction? Addition. Plus 7 plus 7. U equals, these are opposite signs, so I'm going to subtract. U equals 3 because 7 is the sign that dominates. Plus 7 plus 7. Y equals 7 minus 5. That's going to be 2. Let's see here. Minus 4. Because that's the opposite of addition, minus 4. These are the same sign. Same sign means addition, and then the sign drops down. So u equals negative 12. Same thing over here, minus 4, minus 4. I got the same problem when I was doing my screen grabs. This is like the 5th time that's happened. It's going to be negative 12 again. We already know. We saw into the future. All right, so now let's take these two things and mix and match them. Let's do both integers and fractions at the same time. The horror, but not actually. We will give ourselves a little bit more space because that's a lot of fractions that we're trying to deal with. Excuse me. So common denominators here, I want to cross this out and make it something a little bit more palatable. Let's see here, if I'm looking at 4 and 8, the common denominator is going to be 8. So it's times 2 times 2, so this is negative 2/8. So doing that makes it a little bit easier. This is subtraction. The opposite of subtraction is addition. So plus 7/8 plus 7/8. So what do we get? V equals 7 minus 2 is 5/8. All right, that was harmless. How about this one? Let's see here. Plus 3/8 plus 3/8. Wait, did I need to do any borrowing? Oh, no, I didn't. We're good. Okay, so that will be 4 and 3/8. We got lucky. Let's see here. Common denominator again. This is the one that's going to end up changing because 1/2 can pretty easily become 4/8. So let me rewrite this. W plus 4/8 equals negative 7/8. We're going to subtract because the opposite of addition is subtraction. Subtract because the opposite of addition is subtraction. W equals 7 and 4 are addition because it's the same sign, so 11/8. Negative 11/8. Here, let's see, both of these need to be undone. So let's zoom this out a little bit. My common denominator is going to be 10, so I multiplied by 2. Over here, if my common denominator is going to be 10, that's because I multiplied by 5. So let me rewrite that. Negative 4 tenths plus W equals 5 tenths plus 4 tenths, because 4 is negative and the opposite of a negative is a positive, plus 4 tenths. W equals 9 over 10. All right, so far so good. Is that everything for this? Yes, it is. You want to see how much math we did? Look at all of that math. Look at all of that beautiful work we did. This should be everything you need to know for Family 2, which is one-step equations with addition. The next video is going to be one-step equations with multiplication. So we're going to take it now, all of the skills that we've learned, and we're going to apply it to multiplication and also division. Look forward to that. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. See you in the next one.